For over 30 years now, I've been a fan of this incredible world of professional wrestling. I was 8 years old in 1992 when I first discovered this larger-than-life industry, which has captivated me, which has brought me thousands upon thousands of hours of escapist entertainment, and which has also given me my very best friendships in the world. 1992, the summer of 1992 to be precise, was when I first discovered wrestling, and it was due to these Merlin Gold Series trading cards. The very second I first laid my eyes on these, I was hooked. I wish I still had it, but it was a Hulk Hogan trading card. Was the first time that I ever fell in love with professional wrestling. Just seeing his giant, larger-than-life frame, he was like a superhero come to life. And the second I saw it, I knew that this was the new world for me. This was everything. And I mean, just looking back at these now, you know, from Papa Shango to Tonka to Kamala to Berserker to the Rocket Owen Hart. I mean, just everything about these tiny squares of cardboard just brings me great joy. And it's because of those origins that I'm now so proud and so pleased to be working with Lee Herbert on the publication of Rampage, this incredible new book available now from WrestlingLife.online, which is all about the World Wrestling Federation's invasion of the British Isles from 1989 to 1993. What Lee has done amazingly with this book, and why I'm so proud to be working with him on it, is he has just captured so sublimely that period of time that was just so special for so many of us, and why three decades on, you know, we are still here watching wrestling, loving wrestling, celebrating wrestling, and building friendships around wrestling. Lee has spent thousands of hours, and I mean thousands of hours, this really is a work of art and a work of time and passion, exploring the 5 pillars of wrestling fandom in the 90s. So that's the explosion of Sky TV, the official WWF magazine, the Hasbro figures, which we all still love, the Merlin sticker album and trading cards that got so many of us hooked, and Silvervision, those videos that provided us with that link to professional wrestling when it was so hard to find that content over here. Through countless interviews and huge amounts of research, Lee has talked with so many that were involved in the business at the time and fans that have followed it through to today to try and unpick what was just so special about the WWF in the United Kingdom in the early 90s. And it really is amazing because Lee has captured how there was such a period of time when the WWF was really, really struggling stateside, when, you know, Vince McMahon was in a real battle for survival. And if it hadn't been for the UK market buoying the WWF, we might not still have this juggernaut that is WWE today. The UK market and the European fans played such a pivotal role in the WWF survival, all culminating, of course, in SummerSlam 1992, the greatest event to ever take place on UK soil, which of course receives its own dedicated chapter in the book. But what's really special about this book, and what I've loved working through it with Lee, has been it's just reminded me how special that time was. And, you know, this isn't just about wrestling, this is about how it made us feel as kids, and just a very different time, a simpler time in life. What I loved about it was like the joy of going to Argos to find your next Hasbro figure, whichever one that might be, because you didn't know what was available, or the joy of swapping a sticker with someone in the playground and hoping you would get one of those elusive shinies, looking in the Sky TV guide and just hoping someone could record it for you. I've always been so grateful to the family that used to record my episodes of wrestling every week on my old battered VHS and let me use their Sky TV because I didn't have access. The way in which the official WWF magazine provided us with this tether to the storylines and everything that we needed to understand this world that we were watching on television. Lee spent a lot of time speaking with Tom Emanuel, who was the editor-in-chief there for a number of years, as well as Keith Elliott Greenberg, writer for the magazine, talking about why that magazine was so important to us as fans and the essential role it played in storylines. And then, of course, the Silvervision. You know, for so many of us, if we didn't have Silvervision, we wouldn't be fans today, because those beautiful VHS cassettes and the artwork that went with them and everything about them You know, that was our lifeline. We didn't care if we were watching wrestling, but it was a year old or 18 months old. It didn't matter to us because we just wanted wrestling. And through this book, I mean, you can tell how enthusiastic I am about it, because literally I haven't read a book that's brought this much joy to me in so long. You know, I've even written a foreword to it where I've described it as a joyous trip down memory lane, because that's what it is. But through this book, Lee has just captured perfectly the zeitgeist that was professional wrestling in the early 90s, and what it was to be a fan. I'm so grateful to have worked with Lee on this. We've got a foreword in there as well from Barry Repo Mandasso, who has spoken to me lots on this show about how much he loves the UK fans and loved working in the UK market, whether that was as Demolition Smash or as my personal favourite for Repo Man. So it's a really special book, and I really hope you can go out and pick up a copy and support an independent writer who has been a wrestling fan for as long as I have. Any of you that follow this channel know how much I love, especially the 90s of wrestling, how much respect I have for the talents that worked in the industry at that time, that grueling, incredible schedule they had to put themselves through to entertain us. I have so much respect for them, and that is such a big part of this channel. So I hope you can go out and get a copy. Thank you to Lee for writing such an incredible book. As I say, if you go to wrestlinglife.online/rampage, you can order the book now. If you go on there, you'll also find an exclusive promo code for being a follower and a great supporter of this channel. So do check it out. Thank you, Lee, for writing this amazing book. And yeah, let's get ready to rumble with the release of Rampage. I'm Ben Veal. This is Wrestling Life. See you soon. Bye.